welcome to our review of the Asus ROG Phone 7 Ultimate. This phone boasts an impressive array of features specifically tailored for gamers, but does it live up to the hype? Join us as we take an in-depth look at the device's performance, design, and features to help you decide if it's the right choice for your mobile gaming needs. To begin with, it's quite large physically, with a 6.78 inches OLED display surrounded by thick bezel. It weighs 239 grams. It's also over a centimeter thick. Still, the pointed back panel makes it somewhat easier to handle than expected. It has glass front with Gorilla Glass Victus protection and glass back with Gorilla Glass 3 protection. This Asus phone is taller than usual because the front-facing camera is located in a bezel above the 6.78 inches screen, instead of being inside a display cutout. The ROG Phone 7 Ultimate's big size allows it to take you back to a simpler smartphone era. This phone has features that mainstream smartphones have left behind, such as the headphone jack. Not only can you connect wired headphones to the ROG Phone 7 Ultimate, but you can also attach a charging cable to the bottom or side-mounted USB-C ports. The side port is ideal for charging while playing a game in landscape mode, and that's also where the optional ROG Aero Active Cooler 7 fan attaches. I have explained about Aero Active later in the video. The 1750 nits brightness ensures that you'll be able to read the phone in direct sunlight. Also, the 165 Hz refresh rate offers buttery smooth scrolling and in-game animations. Underneath the OLED is an optical fingerprint reader. However, the sensor is neither as fast nor accurate like we've used on other phones. It also lights up a dark room every time you unlock the phone, which is kind of annoying. Asus has launched the ROG Phone 7 Ultimate with the current stable build of the Android operating system, which is Android 13. Asus will provide 2 years of software updates and 4 years of security updates. While it's not as long as Samsung's 4-year software update support for S series, and not as good as what most other expensive phones offer in 2023, but it's still acceptable and is not a total deal breaker. Asus has done a good job with the software on the ROG Phone 7. Previous phones from the company have had issues with bugs and mistranslations, but the current software is well translated with few significant bugs. However, there are some minor issues, such as the auto refresh rate not working properly, apps crashing in the background, and problems with touch detection at the edges of the screen, which is unusual for a flat display. Asus provides 2 interface options, one with a gaming-centric style, the ROG UI, and another with a stock Android look, the Zen UI. The gaming-centric UI is clearly enjoyable with RGB-like flashes, FARC colors, and stylish icon. However, the stock version also has helpful interface features available, such as a customizable volume pop-up and a more condensed quick settings layout. Photography is just fine with this phone. It appears that Asus did not give much importance to photography in the ROG Phone 7 Ultimate. The main camera is 50 megapixels with Sony IMX766 sensor, while the ultra-wide camera is 13 megapixels and the macro camera is 8 megapixels. And the selfie camera has a 32 megapixel sensor. However, despite having the same resolution as the primary camera on the Galaxy S23 and Pixel 7, the ROG Phone 7 Ultimate falls behind those devices in image quality. Even with adequate indoor lighting, images suffer from long exposure times that make it difficult to capture moving subjects. Additionally, the dynamic range is weaker compared to other phones in its price range, and there's no optical zoom lens. Nevertheless, the phone does have portrait and night mode, and its large sensor size produces beautiful bokeh to make the subject stand out. Videos can be recorded in 8K at 24 FPS, or in 4K at either 60 FPS or 30 FPS. As for the front-facing camera, it is not for great selfie photos but is serviceable for video calls and streaming. On bottom line, the ROG Phone 7 Ultimate may not be the ideal phone for taking great social media-worthy photos, but it can still capture decent pictures in most environments. It's worth noting that photo and video capture quality are usually compromised in gaming phones. The ROG Phone 7 Ultimate from Asus boasts a 6000 mAh battery with 2 separate 3000 mAh cells and supports 65-watt charging. According to Asus, the phone can be charged from 0 to full in 42 minutes using the included charger. However, real-world tests have shown that it can charge up to 75% in just half an hour. If you're not using the phone for power gaming or light gaming, you can expect the battery to last for 2 full days or even more on a single charge. However, if you're gaming regularly with the fan accessory or if you are a heavy gamer, the battery will drain faster, and you may need to recharge it after a half day or whole day of use. The ROG Phone 7 Ultimate puts gaming first, instead of other functions and features that usually get more attention in this price range. It has better performance and cooling than its previous model. The hidden door on the back called the Aero Active Portal opens when you attach the included Aero Active Cooler 7 fan. This door helps blow cool air directly into the phone to keep it from overheating during longer gaming sessions. If you turn the phone around, you will notice that it looks like it was made for gamers with many lines, shapes, and a stylized ROG logo on the glass. In addition, it has customizable buttons and LED lights. The accessory features a built-in kickstand that allows you to prop up the phone on a table. There are also some interesting extra things on the back, the most noticeable being the second screen. This screen shows animations for charging, high-performance X mode, and more. It can also show notification icons when you get new messages, but that's all it's used for right now. However, if you use the Aero Active Cooler that comes with the Ultimate version of the phone, you won't even see the second screen. The ROG Phone 7 Ultimate includes important feature found on other Asus gaming phones, called the Air Trigger Shoulder Button. When you hold the phone sideways, there are two touch-sensitive areas on top that can be customized to act as in-game buttons. Asus has a special menu where you can map these buttons to certain areas on the screen, which gives you more accurate control in mobile shooting games. Other players have to use the touchscreen to move, aim, and shoot, while the ROG Phone 7 players will have comfortable controller-like experience. The phone also has a background mode to set an automatic task up in any game and have that run while you use the phone for anything else. Asus has used a direct air channel design here. There's a small black panel next to the power button that opens when you attach the cooler. This helps the fan remove heat from the inside of the phone. The phone stays cooler and performs better with the cooler attached, but it can be noisy, and it makes the phone heavier and harder to hold. On the bright side, it also adds 4 more buttons you can use when playing games. Because the front-facing camera is in the bezel, users won't have anything blocking their view of the gameplay on the screen. With all these extraordinary gaming features, you might be wondering how does the phone performs with all these features enabled. The ROG Phone 7 Ultimate gaming phone is among the few devices that feature the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip. The level of performance customization provided by the phone is impressive. You can choose the performance mode for individual games to ensure optimal performance. For instance, it automatically switches to the X mode when launching AAA games for enhanced performance, while simpler arcade games are preset to more balanced settings. You can activate the mode through a quick settings toggle or by squeezing the bottom of the phone. With the cooling fan attachment, you get X Mode Plus, which delivers even more speed as it is less affected by heat. Even in standard mode, the ROG Phone 7 is powerful, but with X Mode Plus, it's not only fast but also consistent. The attention to detail in these options is exceptional and can be overwhelming. The ROG Phone 7 Ultimate is a big phone, which means it has room for a subwoofer and dual speakers. This makes the sound it produces better than most other phones, and it might even be better than laptop speakers. It comes with 16GB RAM and 512GB UFS 4 storage. It has 5G connectivity option with Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.3, and NFC. It is IP54 water and dust resistant, and available in storm white color only. The ultimate conclusion: the ROG Phone 7 Ultimate is not a typical smartphone. It doesn't follow many of today's standard smartphone trends in order to keep an uninterrupted screen, a headphone jack, a notification LED, and even offers an optional cooling fan to maximize performance. As a result, it's a phone that can handle every mobile game without sacrificing battery life. The Asus ROG Phone 7 Ultimate is designed specifically for gamers who want to customize their Android games to run at maximum graphics settings. With the latest Snapdragon chip, controller options, and upgraded cooling system, this phone enhances the gaming experience while also providing a fast refresh rate that benefits non-gaming tasks such as reading and using apps. The display is exceptional. The device is capable of playing today's most demanding mobile games in the highest visual and auditory quality for an extended period, and the software settings are highly customizable. However, all these features come at a high cost. The extra cost and features might not make sense for regular smartphone users, but if you're a hardcore mobile gamer, you won't regret on the extras you have paid. That's all for the review of the Asus ROG Phone 7 Ultimate. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you have any questions or comments about this phone, feel free to leave them below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more tech reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.